How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Jersey-born funkiness in the form of Kelly Green Brewing. It's an ocean between the Staves. Third Kelly Green beer I'm going to be doing. Never had anything from these guys before, but the gentleman who kind of works their barrel program reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, love to throw some beers your way, see what you think." And this is the third one of the bunch. The first two were quite nice. The first one, I believe, was 18th Street. That one was absolutely fantastic. The second one was quite nice, but a little bit more kind of muted. Not as, what's the word I'm looking for? Showy, I guess you would say. But still quite a nice beer, so I'm excited to dive into this one. All of them are essentially kind of mixed culture-ish kind of, I keep saying mixed culture, I don't know why, kind of like wild cultured oak barrel punch, I assume, kind of base kind of beers or maybe fooders. And this one is a rotating blend of Saisons fermented and aged in oak barrels with our house mixed culture made up of our beer decoupage. It is 7% alcohol by volume. And it was bottled July 16th, 2017. Okay, I didn't notice that until this moment. So we're looking at over a year in this sucker. That's pretty damn cool. And label-wise, I dig it. The labels from these guys have been pretty cool stuff. I've dug them. So yeah, let's dive into it. See what she's got. Pittman, New Jersey. You're getting down closer to kind of the Philadelphia area. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been to the brewery. As of yet, because Jersey, you'd be like, oh, it's Jersey, why don't you just go down and visit? Jersey's a pretty long state, so to get down there is 2.5, 3 hours for me. So I will get there eventually, but it might take me a minute, so hold your damn horses. So what do we have going on right now? I mean, look at that. It looks like classic Saison. Soft, chill, with a little bit of kind of regular haze kind of floating around in that sucker, but you could definitely get light through it. Rich, creamy, fluffy head, pretty big on that pour. Didn't throw it in there all too aggressively, but it's a kind of effervescent Saison. Exactly what you'd think. Just barely off weight, probably almost 2 fingers worth of it. And yeah, she's definitely looking the part. Very, very, very. Probably can't detect it on camera. I don't know. You might be able to, because I actually kind of changed the way my camera focuses now. It's an active focus, so when I put the glass up there like that, you guys actually see it really close. There's little bits of particulate floating around in there. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. I don't know why I always had the fixed focus thing. I think because of my old iPhones, the focus on them was kind of slow. And I just kind of got in the habit of having a fixed focus on it, to where in my old one, if I put it up there, it would take like a second. It would go like, and then focus. With this, it's pretty much just instantaneous, so now it doesn't really bother me. If you guys dig it, let me know. If you want me to go back to fixed focus, I will. Just figured I'd change it. Anyway, let's get a nose. Yeah, it smells like a textbook would hit Saison. Textbook. French style. You're not getting huge kind of bubblegummy notes. A little bit of banana in there, nothing too crazy. Maybe even a little bit of bubblegum. So maybe kind of scratch that kind of straight up French thing. But it's got a soft bubblegum, soft kind of banana vibe going with it. But there's a nice, soft, sweet funkiness to it. There's a heaping amounts of vanilla in it. And there's a soft, kind of dry, woody kind of vibe to the nose, too. It's not super funky. It's very sweet, but not overly sweet in the nose. And like I said, that vanilla is gigantic. The amount of vanilla they pulled out of that wood smells pretty damn fantastic. So I just want to dive right in. Cheers. Okay. Man, that is aggressive in a very fun way. It's the ever so slightest bit of tart and funky. It doesn't even really kind of make you think about acidity. It just makes you kind of think, okay, this is a slightly funky beer, not essentially soured. A bit more on a tamer kind of wild side of things. There's big, huge, like fresh fruited skin components to it. You get like kind of an apple vibe from it. You get a peach vibe from it. You're getting all these kind of fresh, kind of straight off the tree, straight off the vine kind of fruit, where there's still a kind of powdery polleniness to it, kind of like just an earthy wild ale kind of vibe. The stuff that you really covet when it comes to kind of wild ales. In the beer portion of the show, there's a nice soft wheat style graininess to it. There's a bit of sweetness that marries well with that vanilla component from the wood that kind of makes you feel like there's almost like a dollop of like vanilla or lactose in here, but it's all natural. There's no kind of synthetic to it. It's just so rich and so decadent for such a delicate beer. It's a kind of a deft touch. Because when you start dealing with those kind of vanilla notes and those kind of sweeter notes, and you're talking about such a fine, delicate beer, sure, it's 7%, so it's not 5%. It's a little bit beefier, so it can kind of handle that. It's a nice balance between that sweetness and that richness and that funkiness. A nice amount of wood to it. You're definitely getting like a fresh kind of French vanilla oakiness to it. Nothing toasted, nothing too kind of burnt or charred or anything like that. Yeah, this is really tasty stuff. I think me, and this is just me guessing because I never had it fresh, that year has probably done this beer wonders. It probably has, because it tastes round. It's a word I haven't spewed yet. It tastes round. It tastes like it has all the edges of any kind of aggressiveness kind of shaved off, and is end up being like just a super welcoming, super comforting, super organic kind of, it belongs inside of you. I've kind of mentioned that quite a bit as of late because I've been delving into a lot of like funky beers. It's weird. I think of this time of year when I get into fall, I get more of kind of like a Saison, funky, slightly sour wild ale kind of vibe as opposed to a lot of people getting your stout beers this time of year. For some reason, that's kind of where I go this time of year, but yeah, I dig it. I like it. It's delicious. It's probably equal to the 18th Street for me. Markedly different beers. The other one came off to me. It was almost like a wild fermented, almost like hazy double IPA because it had an aggressive kind of dry hopping character to it. This one comes off very more traditional Fantôme style, kind of old school, like French with a bit of Belgian influence, kind of Saison, but Americanized. The way that how much oak that's in there, and there is a bittering component that I assume the green bottle is there for, to let that kind of funky tart light struckness come out. There's really not much of that going on in here. There's a little bit of bittering, a little bit of skunkiness, but it's very, very subtle. I can see that growing with time, especially with a little bit of light on it, in a good way. Not necessarily a bad thing with these beers. That's why they come in green bottles. But yeah, this is tasty stuff. This is the stuff that I have no problems drinking. All to my head. Like, I open this. This is me tonight. This is all me. There's nobody else here. I'm not sharing this beer. And I was hoping for this kind of beer. The one that I could crack and be like, oh yeah, now I'm going to go out there. The Hunt for Red October's on TV tonight. I am going to sit down and watch one of my favorite movies of all time and drink the sucker to my head. And that's going to work for me. But yeah, super tasty stuff. I dig it. I like it. It's fun. Now I got to go visit. So there you go. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better Saisons I've had as of late? Yes. Just works for me. It's kind of, it's a jack of all trades. It'll work for your dinner pairings. At the same time, I think it speaks volumes enough to be drank by itself. So take that for what it's worth. Value and availability, I have no idea. Maybe somebody can chime in on that and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like Saison, if you like kind of old world Saison, if you like I said, Fantôme, stuff like that. This is, you're not getting Fantôme here, but it's eliciting thoughts of those kind of beers. So if those are the kind of beers that you dig in the Saison world, this is definitely going to be worth picking up. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you enjoyed a nice little funky Jersey jam right now, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.